It's another Sunday here at the West End Gun Club. It's May 23rd, fourth Sunday of the month, out here at the range to set up for the NRL22 event. I say event because it's not a match today. May, there is no official Course of Fire, and so what I decided to do for this month is to have sort of a clinic, and it's more oriented for new shooters, people who haven't come to a match yet and want to try NRL22 but are hesitant to come out to shoot a match. I went ahead and just wanted to hold an event to kind of just give an intro, set up some stages as sort of an example of what they'll be shooting, and therefore they can come out and just try to shoot NRL22. It's going to be very, I guess, low key in terms of I've capped it at 10 people, very low speed, got like an hour and 15 minutes of sort of like lecture, if you want to call it a lecture, just sort of talk about NRL22, the various aspects of it, the equipment, how it's shot, etc. And then after that, we'll just do live fire. And I'm not entirely sure I'm going to do it. In my head, I think I know there's a few people who have shot matches who are attending. So I kind of want to split it between like green shooters, like really brand new shooters, and then kind of people who've shot matches before, and just sort of kind of walk with the newer shooters first and let the other shooters come and kind of shoot by themselves in their group so they can sort of run through all the different stages with each other. I think that's how I might do it, or I might just go ahead and run it as an entire squad, right? We'll just go through each stage all together. But we'll see. Anyway, it's just at 6 o'clock, so I'm gonna go ahead and unload the container, start setting up all the stages, and get all my, all my lecture gear set up. I got like a little whiteboard or whatever and all that stuff. So see how that goes. Hopefully this is the dumbest thing I'll do today. I put a staple through my finger. I was putting up some paper targets for people to zero, and for some reason I was holding the back part of the cardboard backer where the staple gun was oriented towards. So went through the board obviously, and yeah, kind of hurts, but let's go and clean this up before people arrive. People are starting to show up. I'm already set up here. Just wanted to just sort of give a layout here as far as what's going on. I set up a 25-yard target to zero on. I'm probably gonna set up my LabRadar right here too for them, if anybody wants to get velocities. I set up a 50-yard target out there, and then if you can see past me, I got 6 stages set up. So 6 stages plus zeroing targets. We'll see how that goes. And let me start getting people checked in. We have a reticle. Everyone's familiar with standard crosshairs. I'll back off this one. But generally speaking, you have like a mil dot reticle, and this is, everyone's familiar with like a mil dot or a milling reticle or a hash reticle of some sort. Basically, it has points or whatever. You can see that. You have it just basically has hash marks on the reticle for your ranging. Highly recommend you at least have a mil dot reticle or a milling reticle of some sort, because you'll need to be able to hold under your target. Because you're not always going to dial your elevation, right? When you're changing for distance, you're not going to. You won't have time, or you might have time, but generally you don't need to. So if you can do it faster, just with a milling reticle and hold above, like generally you'll have like 2/10 marks on here, so you know that 2/10, 4/10, whatever, or or they might be a mil marks, so you need to hold 1 mil up, and you just hold on the hash mark. Good?
Yep.
1066.
bunch of eyeglasses.
That thumb to push in for small elevation changes, but do it down here since we won't get any push. There you go. About midway. I'll try.
Getting all the stuff packed up, pretty much done with the clinic. Everyone's vacated. I didn't record much footage, to be honest. I was more concerned about keeping tabs on all the individuals in the group in terms of helping them out on all the stages, because I think the consensus was just let everyone run through all the stages on their own, and if they have questions they can ask. But I was just going from person to person, just kind of helping them out, watching them shoot each stage that was set up, kind of walking through some fundamentals, like how techniques on how to position on the barricade, how to use a bag, etc. And loading out some of the bags or where to let them try them out. And also I set up my chronograph, so several people actually decided to take advantage of that. I had the 25-yard target set up, and they ran their ammo past the chronograph, so they now have average velocity they can work off of to create a ballistics chart. So that should be helpful for them. Anyway, the clinic I think went pretty well. I was missing a few things that I forgot to bring out, but I was able to convey the information during my 1 hour long or so lecture that I gave them, just kind of briefing them on NRL22, like all the different equipment, base versus open, bolt versus semi, MOA versus mill, and all these little nuances so that they know what they're getting into if they want to buy a new gun or something. And yeah, so it went pretty well. And everyone they said they had a good time in terms of being able to have time to practice, try out some things that they couldn't try out while they're at a match. So it's nice that they had the opportunity to come out here and have a casual environment by which they could kind of experiment and learn some new things about NRL22, and, you know, positional rimfire shooting. So that's sort of it. I know a couple of people were asking if I was going to do this again, like another clinic, and maybe, I don't know. These days, the fourth Sunday of the month is reserved for the match, so we have the matches. And to have another clinic, either I would have to come on a day which is not our regular day, and I would have to make arrangements to make sure that we had this area of the range for the clinic. So maybe not. We'll see how much demand there is. Maybe later in the year, in the fall, I might be able to do it again on a day that's not our match day. Anyway, that's kind of it. I'm going to go ahead and just get the rest of my gear in here. Somebody bought one of my scopes today. I told them to come out here after like at noon when this was supposed to end, like our ceasefire. So they came by. I sold my Viper PSD Gen 2. I was trying to sell my Razor, so I moved my scopes around, and so my Collis went from my Voodoo to my Creedmoor because I bought the ZCO for the Voodoo. But now my Creedmoor's Razor is kind of just sitting there, a Razor HD AMG. And I was trying to sell that, but nobody wanted to pay me for it. So, I mean, I had it out for like 3 or 4 weeks. Maybe I was asking too much, but nobody made me an offer like that was any decent. I think somebody asked me to want to trade, but I didn't want to do any trade. So I ended up putting my Viper PSD Gen 2 for sale because that's kind of off my gun right now. It's on the CZ455. So I figured that one might sell faster. So that one sold. And so I guess I'll just use the Razor on my CZ455, which is kind of down right now because I have it with my gunsmith. He's trying to inlet the chassis for me so I can fit an aftermarket trigger. I could try to do it myself with a drill bit, but I figure, hey, he's got a mill. I'll let my gunsmith work on it. It's supposed to be me trying to hacksaw or whatever I'm going to do to the chassis to get that trigger to fit. Sold my scope today as well, so that's kind of it. Not sure when I'll be out. I might be out of the range next week. Who knows? I'm waiting for them to publish the next Course of Fire, the official Course of Fire for 2021, that new season. If they do, then I'll come out here next week to test or to run through that Course of Fire. Otherwise, I don't know. I might just be, maybe I'll go up the hill and shoot some 300 again, or I might just not even come out to the range next week. But I do have a day off next week to do what I please as far as not doing office work. So anyway, that's it for today. Today is May 23rd, Sunday here at the Weston Gun Club. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next vlog. So this is why I do once-overs at the range. Somebody left a box of ammo and their fix-it sticks pouch, so I'm going to have to email the attendees to figure out who left it. I have no idea whose it is. That's the thing with matches. Equipment starts to get spread around quite a bit, so it's not uncommon to see stuff left behind. But I'm going to pack this up in the vehicle, and then we'll figure out how to get this returned to them.